My name's Coryn Rivera. I ride for Team Sunweb, and I am from Orange County, California. Born in Cypress, California, grew up in Tustin, California, now I live in Newport Beach. Yeah, most of my family lived around the area, Garden Grove, Cypress. Huge family, the Riveras come in multiples of like 5 sometimes, I think. So yeah, just grew up out of a big family, pretty close to a lot of my cousins. I have a younger sister and 2 older half-sisters. We're all pretty close. And yeah, born and raised in California. Yeah, the first time I learned to ride a bike, I think I was about 4 years old, without training wheels at least. It's a good story because we were out in the summer camping in the motorhome with my family, and my dad was trying to teach me to ride without training wheels, and he thought it'd be a great idea to learn on like a gravel road. So yeah, nothing like getting thrown into the fire without the training wheels, and of course I crashed and got a little scraped up, but I got back up and I kept trying until I could balance on 2 wheels. For me, it's been kind of a long dream. I remember when I was starting to get into cycling, really into it, about like 11, 12, 13 years old, I'd stay up late watching reruns of the Tour de France, thinking how cool would it be to race in Europe one day. And at this point, I didn't even know if there was, full European racing for women. I just thought it'd be cool to be racing there on such a big team and so much organization, and that was like kind of the top of the sport there at the Tour de France. And so when I was about 13 years old, and I'd just stay up late watching the reruns, and kind of fell in love with it then. My first race was actually a 1-lap kids race at Redlands Classic back in 2004, I think. Yeah, it was just 1 lap. One of my dad's friends dared me to do the race, and showed up, 1-lap race, took off, never looked back, and won it. So I was hooked from there. I just really have fun, and I like being outside, and I like exploring new roads, and I like challenging myself, on hard workouts or hard training or a hard climb. And I like riding with friends and family, and it's just, there's so much about cycling that gives me joy, in all different aspects too. So I just find that really fun and fulfilling. It was a pretty cool feeling. That's kind of when I thought like, whoa, this is actually my job and a bit more of a profession now. And it went from being racing as a junior every year and kind of making those steps to realizing like, oh, I'm actually making a bit of money out of this. And so at first it wasn't like really livable money, kind of my first contract, but it was still nice to see a bit of reward for how much work I was putting in. I think once I really made enough money to live on, like really be able to cover my cost of living, put a bit of savings in, that was when I really realized like, this is my profession, and I'm a professional. Cycling kind of gave me the opportunity to also pursue a degree. And so I have a bachelor's degree in marketing with a concentration in entrepreneurship. So I kind of have a bit of both worlds, and it's kind of relevant to what I do, almost like a moving billboard. So I find that it goes somewhat hand in hand, and it can still somewhat use it while in my sportive career. But yeah, my parents were definitely supportive of what I do now, cycling, since I started racing and also going to school. So kind of have both bases covered there, and thanks to cycling I had quite an opportunity to go to university. I do a lot of Kraft mac and cheese, a lot of American staple food, and then some beef jerky is something that I always bring over. Find that hard to find over there, and sometimes I can't find steel cut oats there, so steel cut oats is kind of what I really like to bring over sometimes. And also hot sauce. So their level of hot is kind of down here, and I kind of like a little bit spicier level, so I bring my own hot sauce over. Without a doubt, usually I go to In-N-Out Burger. So especially being from California, and no offense, Europe does burgers, but nothing like In-N-Out the way I've grown up knowing it, and so it's always nice to land in LAX and go straight to the In-N-Out.